What's up, guys? It's DK Wrestler here, and in today's video, it's a brand new edition of Cop Up or Pass Up.
Like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Where's the notification bell?
It's to the right of you.
Oh.
So for those brand new to the channel, Cop Up or Pass Up is a series where I look at a certain set of Funko items and determine whether each of those items via detail, overall hype from the Funko fanatics, and my own personal reaction of whether these are worth copping up the money for or passing up the opportunity to get. And today's edition of Cop Up or Pass Up is on the recently announced and soon to be released this upcoming week of FunKon 2022 exclusives. Now, there were a total of only 8 exclusives with 4 pops, I believe, and 4 sodas, so we will go through all of the exclusives. The first exclusive we're going to be talking about is Muchiro from Demon Slayer, which is going to be shared to the Funko shop in the US and Toys R Us here in Canada. Now, this pop is pretty decent. I like the detail involved with the hair and how it's mainly black, but you got the tips that are the same colors as the eyes. Although it does have that detail, I don't think that the detail matches up to the detail we've seen with the pop we had gotten for Demon Slayer for San Diego Comic-Con last month. However, there is a lot of hype because of the fact that it is Demon Slayer, and although we have gotten a lot of Demon Slayer pops as of late, at least it's not characters like, let's say, Tanjiro getting Comic-Con exclusives and just pumping up the same characters like they do with, let's say, Dragon Ball Z and pumping up a lot of Gokus and Vegetas. And so for that, I am going to say for right now, cop up the money to get this just because of how popular Demon Slayer is right now. Next up is a pop for the Diagon Alley Pop Deluxe set for Harry Potter, and it's of Ollivander with Ollivanders, which this is going to be shared to the Funko shop in the US and Toys R Us here in Canada. Now, initially in that FunKon video I did last week, I didn't really know much about this pop, but with further update from our buddy Robbie D, this is the guy who owns the wand shop that is seen in the first Harry Potter movie, which is good to know because I do remember that scene in the Harry Potter movies. And the overall detail is okay, I guess I would say. I like the building overall and how you see the bright lights inside, and I like how you have a newer character and it's not, let's say, a lot of these Diagon Alleys being repeats of, let's say, a new Hagrid, a new Hermione, a new Harry. It's someone that has not been made into a Funko Pop previously, to my knowledge, so I think that's pretty decent. And although there's always hype when it comes to Harry Potter pops, I do feel when it comes to a lot of these Diagon Alley pops that they didn't really sell all that well, to the point to where even the ones that were exclusive to Target, which I believe was the last wave, it was all exclusive to Target, and this year we have common ones, that a lot of these ended up being shelf sitters and went to clearance. So I feel like maybe this one might actually end up going down that same path. So for right now, I am going to say pass up the opportunity to get this pop. Next up, we have ourselves Green Ranger Shredder for the TMNT Power Rangers crossover set, in which this is going to be shared to the Funko shop in the US and Toys R Us here in Canada. Now, I really like the idea that Funko actually went outside the idea of making just the turtles as terms to this crossover set. We've seen the Leonardo as Blue Ranger and the Donatello as Black Ranger last month for San Diego Comic-Con, and only assuming that for New York Comic-Con we'll probably get Michelangelo and Raphael in the other Power Ranger suits. I really like the idea that Shredder is the Green Ranger, just because of the fact that I think we were assuming that Mikey might possibly have the Green Ranger suit, but that's a little weird to have, you know, a turtle that's already green and then adding a green suit, and it's just a little bit too much green. So adding a character like Shredder and adding those green colors to it look really nice. I like how the green and the yellow and the red really pop out from the purple and the grays that are involved that you normally see with Shredder. I really enjoy this. A lot of people are already hyped for this set, so to add Shredder in this is even more exciting. The detail is cool, especially with the kind of torn up cape that he has. I think that's really awesome. The Leonardo and Donatello ended up selling really well, even to the point of selling out on the Funko Shop website when it released. So I think this will end up going down that same path, and that's why I'm going to say cop up the money to get this Funko Pop. Next up, we have ourselves a scented lemon head for the Ad Icons lineup, which this is going to be shared to the Funko Shop in the US only. Now, this is really cool, especially because we already had the Funko soda figure of Lemonhead, which had a diamond collection, or I guess glitter glitter chase. So to have this be a little bit different for the pop, where it is a different specification, is really cool, especially a scented pop. Scented pops are always cool, whether it's the Stinkor that doesn't smell great, or even, from what I hear, the Brian Fantana we got for SDCC a couple of years ago, where it also smelled bad. And then having good smelling pops like any of the ad icons like the Slush Puppy and the Icy Polar Bear, it's really cool. Even the overall detail of the pop itself, even if it wasn't scented, I think looks really, really awesome with the way they pulled off the head sculpt and how it's a lemon, and even the hand positioning for this molding. I think for the sake that because there is a specification involved with this pop, this definitely has to be a cop up the money to get this pop. Next up, we have ourselves a 3-liter Iron Giant Funko Soda, which will be limited to 6,500 pieces, with the chase being Iron Giant holding the car, in which this will be shared with the Funko shop in the US only. This thing is absolutely amazing. The first ever 3-liter Funko Soda confirmed by Funko, and this is great. I love the idea that Iron Giant isn't just the regular standard size Funko Soda, he is much larger, and that definitely makes sense. A lot of people are super hyped for it. I think this actually might be the most hyped item out of all of the FunKon exclusives, which is easy to say by me saying cop up the money to get this soda. Next up, we have a Blacklight Yogi Bear soda for Hanna-Barbera, which will be limited to 7,500 pieces, in which this will be shared with the Funko shop in the US and will not be shared to anywhere here in Canada. This is a pretty decent Funko soda, mainly because I do like the idea of Funko doing the Hanna-Barbera characters, and how the common is, even though it's still Blacklight like the chase, it is more directed towards the colors of what the character looks like. However, I feel there wasn't as much hype, in my opinion, as there was with the Huckleberry Hound Blacklight soda that was released last month for SDCC. Although I do kind of like the colorways better for Yogi Bear, better than Huckleberry Hound. But for right now, even though I do think it's probably going to sell out on the Funko Shop website, I am going to say pass up the opportunity to get this. Next up, we have a Funko Soda for the upcoming Marvel Studios Disney Plus series She-Hulk, and it's of course She-Hulk, being limited to 10,000 pieces, and the chase is metallic. And this is going to be shared to the Funko Shop in the US and GameStop here in Canada. Now, this Funko Soda is okay. I like the idea that they are doing a soda of She-Hulk because of the Disney Plus series releasing the same week as the FunKon exclusives are being released. However, I'm not exactly a fan of how the chase is compared to the common. I felt like they could have pulled off some sort of slight molding change, even a different outfit instead of a specification change. Also, there was already some bad hype going towards the series as it is because of the whole thing about how the CGI looks in this series. So I don't know how many people will actually get this, besides the fact of maybe She-Hulk for the comics. And with the fact of the Star-Lord SDCC soda not selling out right away when it had released last month, I feel like with She-Hulk that doesn't have that much hype compared to Guardians of the Galaxy, I think it's easy to say at this moment that this is a pass up the opportunity to get. Next up, we have a Jimi Hendrix Funko Soda figure, which will be limited to 15,000 pieces, in which the chase version is Jimi Hendrix in a bronze statue form, in which this is going to be shared with the Funko Shop in the US and Toys R Us here in Canada. Now, this is a pretty decent Funko Soda. It's cool to see Jimi Hendrix in a Funko Soda figure. I mean, they've already made a bunch of Funko Pops. They recently did, I think, a couple of Funko Gold figures. Might as well make a Funko Soda figure for Jimi Hendrix. And I think the molding is pretty decent, and although the bronze chase may be a little bit lazy, however, it does make sense though because of the whole copper statue effect. So I feel like people will like it in that aspect, but maybe if they did a different outfit change or a slight color change, I think it could have been a little bit better. However, there's still, I feel, a decent amount of hype to where people will get it, but I don't know how many people will actually get it though. This is a little bit of a tough decision, but for right now, pass up. Anyways, that is all of the exclusives for FunKon 2022. If you enjoyed this edition of Cop Up or Pass Up, make sure you smash that like button. Comment in the comment section below and let me know what you think is worth copping up the money for or passing up the opportunity to get as terms to these exclusives. And as said in the little intro, make sure you press the subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching today's video and hope to see you guys next time. 1, 2, 3, I'm I'm out of here.
Follow us on all of our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at a Funko Popcast. If you want to check out some of our other content that's featured on our channel, you can click either the playlist that's on your screen right now featuring previous episodes of our weekly podcast, A Funko Popcast, or we have suggested a video for you guys in relation to today's video.